The longsword is a weapon that excels at swift movements, fluid combos, and counterattacks. So today, I'm going to show you how to make the best endgame longsword build in Monster Hunter Wilds. This build will allow you to maximize your affinity so you can crit often and deal the most amount of damage possible. You'll also maintain white sharpness on your blade, which means maximum raw and elemental damage at all times. And you will stack paralysis on monsters, which will stun lock them and open many opportunities for you to perform your deadliest combos without interruption. Before we jump into the video, I want to give a shout out to this video's sponsor, Warhammer 40,000 Tacticus. If you're a fan of the Warhammer 40,000 universe, this exciting turn-based tactical strategy game puts you in the shoes of the universe's most powerful warriors, allowing you to engage in lightning-fast tactical skirmishes where only superior tactics can deliver victory. When I first started playing Warhammer 40,000 Tacticus, there's a couple of things I noticed immediately. For starters, this game has a 4.5 rating in the App Store, which means a ton of players are enjoying it. I was also surprised to see just how expansive the gameplay is, allowing you to choose from over 80 legendary Warhammer 40,000 champions from 18 playable factions. And I was even more impressed with the ability to strategize with or fight against other players in high-stakes battles in the palm of my hands. The PvP was personally my favorite since I'm a competitive person. Additionally, Warhammer 40,000 Tacticus continues to get better over time because the developers keep introducing fresh content, exciting features, new game modes, and challenging events. You can download the game for free today by clicking on the link in the description of this video or by scanning the QR code here on the screen. Additionally, when you log in, use my promo code ColdTacticus and you'll be rewarded with 2,000 gold and 10 Lucian character shards. Big thanks to Warhammer 40,000 Tacticus for sponsoring this video. For weapons, you actually have two options. Your first option is to use the Lala Barina Rarity 8 Longsword. This longsword is a good alternative if you don't have the materials to craft a God Roll Artian weapon, for example. Each choice has its pros and cons though. The Lala Barina sword has more white sharpness compared to the Artian sword, and it has a higher paralysis build-up value. However, I prefer the Artian Longsword for several reasons. For starters, once it's fully reinforced, you can get some nice upgrades like increased attack power, more elemental damage, and even extra affinity. Now ideally, I would replace the elemental damage with extra sharpness, but since it's RNG, I didn't feel the need to craft another weapon and just waste more materials. Artian weapons also have 3 level 3 decoration slots, which will allow you to maximize your active skills and just make your build a lot stronger overall. The choice is yours, but if you have enough resources and weapon materials, I would personally recommend going with the Artian Longsword. For armor, you're going to be using pieces that will have you maximize your two most important skills, which are Weakness Exploit and Burst. The easiest way to do this is to use the Ebony helmet and arms with the Arc Vulcan chest, waist, and legs. The beta versions of this gear are way more beneficial for you since they have more decoration slots, and you'll still be able to max out all of your most important skills anyways. Like I mentioned earlier, Artian weapons come with 3 level 3 decoration slots, and for this build, you'll be using 2 critical jewels and 1 sharp jewel. Each critical jewel will add 3 levels of critical boost to your build, and since critical boost has a maximum of 5 levels, you'll need 2 of them socketed into your sword to reach the maximum amount of critical damage. At level 5, critical boost will increase the damage of your critical hits by 40%, which is crucial for this build since your affinity is high and you'll be critting 80 to 90% of the time anyways. The sharp jewel is also important because without any sharpness rolls on your sword, you'll lose white sharpness quickly while in combat, which isn't ideal since you want the most amount of damage possible. This jewel gives you protective polish on your build, and at level 3, this skill grants no sharpness loss for 90 seconds after sharpening your longsword. This is huge because it gives you a minute and a half for you to dish out as much damage as possible without losing any sharpness, which can be extremely effective when monsters are down or even paralyzed. We also have Weakness Exploit on this build, which increases your affinity by 30% when you attack weak points and allows you to deal 20% extra damage to wounds. This is why the Arc Vulcan beta set is best in slot. The chest and the waist will add 3 levels of Weakness Exploit to the build, and since the Arc Vulcan chest and waist each have a level 3 decoration slot, you can socket 2 Tenderizer Jewels into them, allowing you to reach level 5 Weakness Exploit. Burst is currently one of the best skills in the game because at level 5 you'll receive a massive damage boost to your attacks after 5 successive hits on a monster. So essentially, the more aggressive you play, the more damage you will deal. The Ebony Helmet and Arms will add 3 levels of burst to the build, and if you craft the Chain Charm and level it up, it will add 2 more levels, allowing you to reach maximum burst damage on the build. Maximum Might is another really good skill because it will help you maintain maximum affinity on the build as long as you are efficient with your stamina. At level 3, you'll add 30% affinity to your longsword as long as you maintain a full stamina bar, which is actually quite simple since the longsword melee attacks don't consume any stamina at all. This means you'll only run out of stamina if you sprint. You'll take advantage of the level 2 decoration slots on the helmet, chest, and arms so you can socket 3 mighty jewels into them, allowing you to reach level 3 maximum might. Level 3 Quick Sheath is also important because all of your counterattacks require you to sheathe your longsword first. The quicker you can do this, the more effective your counters will be. Now, the Arc Vulcan legs come with 1 level of Quick Sheath, and if you want to reach max, you'll need to add a level 1 Sheath Jewel to your waist and legs. I also have 2 level 1 Sprinter Jewels to help me reach level 2 Marathon Runner, which lowers stamina consumption when dashing. This is nice because it will help you get back to full stamina faster so you can take advantage of maximum might more often. That's not all though. Since you have 2 pieces of the Ebony set and at least 2 pieces of the Arc Vulcan set, it will unlock 2 powerful set bonuses on your build. 2 pieces of the Ebony set will activate Burst Boost 1, which extends the duration of your boost skill and even adds +3 attack power. 2 pieces of the Arc Vulcan set will activate Arcvild's Hunger, which allows you to slowly replenish health as you successively attack monsters. This pairs nicely with the playstyle of the build because as you're striking monsters, you're boosting your damage with Burst and healing yourself with Arcvild's Hunger. For the mantle, I'm going to highly recommend using the Corrupted Mantle. This mantle boosts weapon affinity by 10% for 120 seconds, but gradually drains your health. Continuous attacks while this mantle is equipped will increase your weapon affinity by 20% and attack power by 20. This mantle is ideal for aggressive players looking to maximize damage output and even shorten battles. It's a double-edged sword. On one side of the blade, you're slowly losing health, but on the other, you're increasing affinity and damage in the process. I'm going to put my layered armor on screen for those of you who are interested, and in the meantime, I just wanted to thank everyone for clicking on this video. Let me know if you want to see more builds for other weapons. The longsword has always been my main weapon, but I'm open to starting a series where I make the best build for all 14 weapons in the game. If we can get this video to 500 likes, I'll start uploading more builds with other weapons. If you enjoyed this video, a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated, and if you want to see more Monster Hunter Wilds and action RPG content coming soon, make sure you subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. Thanks for watching, everyone.